Hey guys, it's MorphizizYGO, and this is my first video for my new YouTube, and I'm going to show you a deck profile of my 6 samurais that I'm probably going to run until the end of the format into the first regional event in San Antonio, which is September 1st. So yeah, let's get this started. So first we got only one Kingeki. The only reason to run one, I mean, you have Valus flying around everywhere, and his card is really not that good if he gets Valor because it's weak for tech, but it's good to set since it has 200 defense. 2000. Right? And you got a staple. 3 Keyzones. Special summon every time there's another 6 Sam on the field. Blah 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 blah. I mean, it's a good 4-star, 1800 beater. Good for sync, easy 4-star exceeds and all that mumbo jumbo. And you got another staple right here. 3 Kagabusha, the tuner. Whenever a 6M is targeted by a spell trap or monster effect, you can target this card instead. But usually this is just for use for syncering and also used for synthesis into 2 Elder of the 6 Samurai. Kind of like a side draw for the 6 Sams. Whenever there's a monster on your opponent's side of the field and you control the monsters, you can special summon it, and it's also used for synthesis, which will be shown in a bit. And you got your ones. You got 1 Zanji, which is good for synthesis, and when another 6 Sams on the field, its effect is that it will destroy any monster attacks at the end of the damage step. I run 1 Iru, or Iru. Whenever this card attacks a face-down monster, when another 6 Sams on the field, it will destroy the monster without flipping it face up. I decided to mainboard this just because there's so many set monsters lately, and I don't know what's going to happen next format, so might as well just be safe. I used to be sideboarded, but then I took it out. One hand, this card has been iffy for me. Like, I've taken this out completely, put it on my side and all that stuff. Whenever you can tribute Sand Monster to pop a card in opponent's field. I mean, it's good. At the Umbo Regional, this card saved me a lot because I played a stall deck, and they played level limit area B, and of course he is less than 4, so then I was just able to special like a Keyzone from its effect, and then just ram or special the Keyzone, pop a card, and just keep ramming them with the hand of 6 Samurai. So this card saved me. 1 Grandmaster, you only need to run 1. 2 is just too clogged up, just because the only way you can get it out is by special summoning, or is there's another 6 Sam on the field. And last one, Yenshi. Whenever you control a face up, you can remove 2 6 Samurais from your graveyard to send a face up monster back into your opponent's hand, and all that good stuff. It's like a walking compulsory, pretty much. So yeah. And for the non-Sams, you got 2 Effect Veiler. Playtesting with 2 has been fine. I used to run 3, went back to 2, and back to 3. I decided to stay with 2 for now. Might go up back up to 3, depending on the next format. Alright, now we got spells, of course. Gateway, broken card. I mean, nothing else you can say about that. Your searchers, Rhoda, and 2 CN smoke signals. You don't really need anything else. 3 or lower, 4 or lower. I mean, that's all you really need to say about those cards. Alright, and then the card we've been talking about. I run 3 asceticisms. You select 1 face. It's a quick play. You select 1 face up 6 Samurai monster, and you special a 6 Samurai monster from your deck with a different name but equal attack of the selected monster. So then you can go like Kagabusha into Elder, or you got Keyzone into Zanji. So it's pretty helpful, especially since Gateway it's just gateways to 1. So then you'll be able to swarm the field as fast as you can. Right? You got 3 6 Samurai Uniteds. Draw power, no more special, place a counter, max 2, remove it to draw as many counters on the card. It's self-explanatory. And I run 2 Forbidden Lances. It's just good if you need an out or something, or you need a push. It's good to lower your attack of your opponent's monsters, or protect your monsters from like a dark hole, maybe a deep prison or something like that. So, and it's a quick play. Alright, and your ones, 1 book, Reborn, and Heavy. I mean, what else do you need? Heavy for back row, Monster Reborn Monster, Book Moon, stop plays. You shouldn't be running Dark Hole in this deck because you want to have field presence at all times. That's why you don't want to run Dark Hole, Torrential, and all that stuff, because if, say, you Dark Hole your own monsters and with their monsters, and then you're pretty much just minusing yourself, because what this deck is all revolves around swarming the field as fast as you can and knock out your opponent. Right. Let's go into traps. You got the Sullen Brigade, of course, the 2 warnings and the judgment. I play 1 Mirror Force and a Razzle Dazzle. This card's been iffy. I have a lot of people saying I shouldn't run this card, but it's really my choice, since I pretty much have any traps to destroy monsters. I have other traps that would work, but traps to destroy monsters, I just have this for a last resort. Of course, depending on what I'm playing, I would side it out because there would be no point. But other than that, yeah, it's actually helped me a couple games. Alright, and I run triple Fiendish Chain. This is why I only run 2 Veilers, because I run triple chain. If I ran 3 Veilers, I would just jump up to 2 chains, because that's all you really need. 3 chains have always been worked out for me. I've always liked chains. It's so good. I'm surprised that they became really beneficial, even though it's a pretty old card for Absolute Power Force. So, stop effects, stop monsters attack, blah blah. And the last one's save zones. Ever since I got wrecked by this card at one of my locals, I've loved this card. It's good to protect your Xian, and say they MST this, you can activate it and attach it to, well, pretty much, yeah, attach it to your opponent's monster, and its effect is that when this card is destroyed, destroy the monsters it's used on, so it'll destroy your own opponent's monster, so it's pretty decent. Alright, well, let's go to the extra deck. My finger's hurting a little bit. I need to get a stand for this iPhone. Okay. Of course, 1 Xian, 1 Barkion, 1 Nat Beast, 1 Cataster, 1 Gaia, and 1 Brio. I mean, that's really all the synchros you need. You don't need a Black Rose, you need a Scrap Dragon. There'd be no point, just because you can make mostly majority 5s and 6s. Guy Knight, it's always good to have, just because Fiendish Chain is running around. It's not even an effect monster, so it's pretty much considered a vanilla card, and your opponent cannot Fiendish Chain it because it has to be an effect monster. So it's good, and it's a 26 beater, so it gets around almost anything. Alright, your Exceeds. 1 Xian. This card blows. I mean, its effect is decent. It detached to target a 6 hand with 2,000 less to make it 2,000. I mean, it's not really that good. Blade Armor. Detach attack twice. Ask Golem. 3k beater. Detach during the standby. Roach. So good. I'm thinking of actually running to Leviathan, Zenmains, Gem Knight, another beater for an Exceed version, for just like the Gaia. 1 Utopia and 1 Levier. Thinking about, I used to have Invoker in this deck. I kind of wish I had it back now. If I was to have Invoker. I would most likely maybe take out the Levier for an Invoker. So, but still, this deck is still in playtesting. I've been playtesting with Evos lately, but I just realized that the first regional is on September 1st in San Antonio, and that's starting a new format, and I haven't really playtested enough, and 6 Sams is pretty much it's pretty much the deck that I'm really most comfortable with. Alright, I'm going to show you my sideboard. It's really my personal choice. A lot of people may disagree, agree, but it's really my personal choice of what I should side, and it's really what you're pretty much comfortable with. So, 2 Maxi. I used to mainboard these just because like they were really good, but then when people find out that windups weren't very good back then, that price dropped and people started using it. But since windups run nets, I see people start maining them or side decking them. Still pretty decent. Sometimes I'll side 1. I rarely side 2, if anything. Usually, if I side 2, it's against windups. Alright, so Spirit is 6 Samurai. The only reason I have this in my sideboard is because I have 2 JoJos. I used to run the dojos, but I took them out because I believe that dojos are kind of a waste of space. I mean, if you draw into it, it's a dead draw. You can't really do anything with it. Equip gives your 6 Samurai monster a 500 attack and defense. And whenever the 6 Samurai monster will be short, you can just unequip this because it's a union monster, just like in Machinas. So, 2 crows, insectors, and maybe like a plague or all that stuff. And here are the 2 JoJos. I just think this card was just another way for Gateway, since it was limited to 1. Traps, Rival Warlords, Shadow Imprisoning, of course. Oh. 1 macro. I used to run 2 in my sideboard, but I took 1 out. It's not that good, but then it's not that bad either. I mean, it stops. It really hurts Dark Worlds. It kind of hurts windups. Pretty much it. 2 Makatama and a double-edged sword. I mean, pretty much stops anything. You have a 6 Sam on the field, and last resort card. If I have no outs, I set it, use it, special 2 6 Sam monsters, and then hopefully I do something with them, or I'm gonna take the damage equal to her attack. So yeah. Well, that's pretty much my 6 Samurai deck. Sorry for a little stutter. It's really been, I've just been so busy. I haven't been able to like go to Heroes or go to Third Coast because I've been busy, and like my girlfriend just got back from India, so I'm just trying to spend time with her. But I know for sure that I will be going to the San Antonio Regional in September 1st, and then I believe there's a Humble Regional at the Greenspoint Mall again September 29th, and I plan on going to YCS Tacoma, Seattle, which is in November, because my mom lives up there and I haven't seen her in a while, so it's a good opportunity to play over there. So depending on how the format goes, after I run this deck at Regionals, I might switch to Evos, which I've been playtesting and done pretty good, or I might just go ahead and keep running through this deck and see what other new cards that they release out. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Shout out to Mr. Elnell and Nelson, my nigga. He's helped me. I've helped him. I mean, whenever we need something, like we always, we always get each other, and like he's a good player. So subscribe to him. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, thanks you guys, and hopefully that I will try to keep this channel as updated as much, and I will post a video as soon as I can to show more about me and my Yu life. Alright, thank you guys.